last devlog, we talked about the basic core mechanics and how I stole everything from Danny. This time, we're going to change and implement more features, start with making maps, adding new weapons, and most importantly, making it not look like a Carson clone. We'll also going to release a full demo of the game later on. The thing is, it's pretty difficult to get started working. So I listed a document with all the game mechanics, controls, and all those stuff needed for the game. I started off turning the grappling gun into some plasma rope wrestling grappler shooter thing. I applied it to the wrist, and then I noticed that the arms were too bright with all the neon lights. It was a simple fix though, I just removed them. I did go through a lot of errors putting it together, but I managed to get it working fine. It's slightly inspired by this and your friendly neighbor. Anyways, it doesn't work perfectly yet though. I'll still have to work on it soon, but I think it's pretty good for now. The game is still lacking weapons, so let's add some. After searching for a reference, I finally got one. An Estimate rifle found on a not so safe website. I grabbed the image onto Blender and started modeling. Slap some details and done. It was fun and all until it was time to rig it. It only took me about 5 hours to do so, not including fixing the issues, but eventually got it right. I brought it to the game and animated it, which took me another 7 hours, not to mention the revealed animation breaks Newton's law of physics. Oh, and I added weapons way too, which made the game a lot better. And this is where I plan to release a demo for my game. So I started working on level using Pro Builder. For me, level design is probably one of the toughest things to do when developing games. Although I created this small room that will be expanded later on. Now you're probably wondering, what would be the goal or objective of the game? I have completely no idea. So I did some scratch for the level and go for the demo. I started building a map first and testing around, building more, testing it, and so on. I came up with a very common idea where you activate stuff to activate more stuff and moving on. After days of programming and testing, I finally got to finish the level. Enemies will spawn in rooms with a plate that will indicate when all the enemies have been killed. The plate is just made with a bunch of cylinders and the pads correspond to how many enemies are left or has been taken down. I also made a disc health effect when they spawn in, which is made from a shader I got from the indie asset store, made by Not. Once all the plates have been activated, you can proceed to the next level or nothing for now. I added some shield barriers as well using Force Field Shader with the help of practice tutorial, which looks pretty neat. And I made this core thing you have to start to unlock one of the barriers. The game is going well, but there's still something missing. Sound effects. I downloaded some, modified them, and set them in Audio Manager. It made the game a lot better. The katana animations also look like garbage, so I remade them. On top of that, I added a super high quality music. Anyways, here's a walkthrough of the demo level. After completing the level, you get to unlock practice mode where you just shoot dummies and work around. I set up a main menu and named the game after myself, cause why not? Added some adjustable settings, and finally slapped a 3D match of my logo, which took me longer than the rest. I did some more polishing, bug fixing, and published it to itch.io, which you can download for free. The link is in the description. Eventually, people started speedrunning and gave some feedback. We'll be adding more weapons, bosses, better UI, and more sooner or later. If you have any suggestions for the game, feel free to comment, and thanks for watching.